Hello everyone, I'm Jim Longworth and welcome to another edition of Triad. Today coming to you once again from the beautiful Cedar Botanical Garden in Curtisville. We'll tell you more about them later on, and later on is when the roundtable shows up. They'll get into all sorts of controversy, so stay tuned for that. And for the entire program, we have a lot of great guests and important information, including an update on COVID. But where we want to start is Big Brothers Big Sisters and three gentlemen who are intimately involved in this program and supportive of, and here they are. On my right, our good friend Shawan Gabriel, who's president and CEO of Big Brothers Big Sisters, and David Daggett and Griff Shuler from Daggett Shuler Attorneys at Law, who are very involved in supporting Big Brothers Big Sisters. Welcome, gentlemen. Good to see you.
Thank you. Welcome, Shawan.
Shawan, I'm going to start with you. Remind our viewers very quickly what the mission of Big Brothers Big Sisters is.
Big Brothers Big Sisters' mission is to ignite the potential in all children. It's that simple. We know that all children have the potential to be great, and we want, along with volunteers and donors, to ignite that potential in our youth.
Now, I understand, I think you sent me an email one day that talked about a new mentoring center. Is that right? Now, tell me about that.
That is correct. We had a capital campaign a couple years ago, and we now, unfortunately with the pandemic, haven't been able to fully utilize that mentoring center. But we have a 2,000 square foot mentoring center equipped with gaming consoles, with areas for safe and engaging activities, training tools for our parents, our volunteers, and the community at large. So we're excited about it.
That's just great. And that should be really, as COVID sort of subsides and you're going to get more and more activity there. That's great. David, let me turn to you, because I understand, if memory serves me, when we talked about this a long time ago, you hold some kind of a record in Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Well, I was told the longest running continuous relationship. I still have it going. When I was in law school, a friend of mine and I started a program that matched law students with little brothers and little sisters through the organization. Chuck was 10 years old at the time, and he's turning 50, I believe.
Good Lord. And so, seriously, you still stay in touch, and you're still a big brother to him?
Oh, yeah, we texted over the weekend. And
I've met Chuck several times with David. He's fantastic.
I just think that's great.
It is awesome.
Yeah, my longest running relationship was, I think, a year. But that's a whole other segment.
It's interesting that when Chuck and I are together, we'll repeat each other's sentences, but the one we repeat is it changes both lives forever. It ignites both sides.
Griff, what's your take on why mentors? Because we mentioned mentors, and of course David and Shawan both. Why is it so important for young people to have mentors, and why is it important for the community at large?
Well, number one, it's very important for the mentor themselves, because they're giving back and giving back to the younger generation. And that's a huge thing that Dave and I believe in. And obviously we're around young people all the time with a lot of our programs. I think for the young people to learn from somebody that's older and maybe learn some of the ropes ahead of time and kind of see maybe where they need to set up and start making their paths forward and making right decisions, making good choices. I think that's where mentoring can be very helpful.
Shawan, you mentioned in another email that you sent me too, that you're focused on social and emotional development of kids. Very quickly, what do you mean by that?
Well, it goes back to what David said. In terms of how we ignite that potential, we know that there are 21 developmental assets that kids all need, right? That's the social emotional piece that we don't always think about, right? And kids are act out. We don't ever explore the reasons why. What's behind that? And that's where the social emotional learning comes into play. And we train our volunteers and equip our parents with tools to help identify those issues.
And before we run out of time, everybody's mentioning volunteers. I assume you still need adult volunteers, men and women.
All the time. As we continue to serve more children, there are more children who need our services. And again, thanks to donors and volunteers who continue to come out and support.
All right, so if you want to volunteer, find out how you do that. If you want to make donations, here's some information on screen. BBBSNC stand for, of course, Big Brothers Big Sisters, North Carolina. That's bbbsnc.org. And a salute to the good guys here at Daggett Shuler, who are so supportive of this and many other programs. You can check their website out at daggettshulerlaw.com or call them if you ever need help, 724-1234. And I just appreciate all you guys do.
Quick shout out to Chuck. Chuck, love you, brother.
Yeah. Still a big brother. How many years?
We're going on 40.
40 years. That's amazing. Congratulations. All right, we'll be right back after this.